Hello and welcome back to She Walks, She Paints. Thank you so much for joining me again, and if you have been liking, commenting or subscribing to my videos, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it and it's really helped me grow my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I will be taking you on a walk today somewhere in the beautiful country of Scotland, and while we're out we'll be looking for stuff to photograph and go home and paint in my studio, and you'll get to see that painting start to finish later on in the video. Today we are back in Fife again and we've come to the historic town of St Andrews. It's an amazingly historical place. You've got the oldest university in Scotland, which I think goes back to 1410, so you've got loads of old buildings, you've got the cathedral, you've got the castle, you've got the beach for Jack, you've got the home of golf. It is a Sunday. We usually try and go out during the week because it's a bit quieter for filming and we don't get in people's way. We've been busy this week so we ran out of time a bit, so it's a Sunday, so the town might be quite busy. It's a student town still. I think it's going to be really bustling and enjoyable. It's a gorgeous day. Let's head out and see what we can find today. St Andrews is known as the home of golf, and the old course here on the seafront is world famous. In 1123, King David I made this common land, meaning it belonged to the townspeople of St Andrews. As early as the 1400s, golf was being played here. The sport became increasingly popular until James II of Scotland banned the game in 1457 because he felt that young men were playing too much golf instead of practicing their archery. The ban remained in force until 1502, and 50 years later, an official charter was signed, recognising the right of the people of St Andrews to play golf on the links. Today was the last day of the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, the only professional championship to be played annually over the old course here at St Andrews. Someone want to go to the beach? You want to go to the beach? I knew this would be a mainly urban walk, so we took this opportunity to give Jack a good run around on the beach. It looks like there should be plenty of room for him. West Sands Beach extends for almost 2 miles of uninterrupted sand, which backs onto the world-renowned golf course. This beach was the setting for the iconic slow-motion running scene which opens the film Chariots of Fire, telling the story of two athletes who won gold medals for Britain at the 1924 Olympics. Among the extras taking part in the running scene were athletes from the university, as well as some recruits from the local bars from the night before the shoot. Originally built in the 1100s, St Andrews Castle was the official residence of Scotland's leading bishops throughout the Middle Ages. Religious tensions were growing in the early 16th century as the Catholic bishops strongly opposed move towards the Protestant faith of England, and the castle was the site for many violent clashes. In 1546, a Protestant preacher was burned in front of the castle, and in response, a group of Protestant nobles occupied the castle and assassinated the man responsible, Cardinal Beaton. This was followed by a siege, which caused extensive damage to the castle, and also resulted in the creation of the castle's most remarkable feature, underground passages of medieval siege warfare. St Andrews Castle was left without a resident or a purpose when the bishops were abolished in 1592, and it fell rapidly into ruin. These towering ruins are all that remain of Scotland's greatest cathedral. Work began on the cathedral in the 1160s and continued over the next 150 years. The cathedral supposedly housed relics of St Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland, and it was the final destination of the Fife Pilgrims route. The 33-metre-tall St Rule's Tower dates back even further than the construction of the cathedral, but may have been left to stand as a beacon for the pilgrims heading for the shrine of St Andrew. In 1561, after the Protestant Reformation, the cathedral was abandoned and the site was left to fall into ruin, with many stones being taken to use as building material elsewhere in the town. This pier is the setting for one of the oldest traditions in St Andrews, the Pier Walk. Every Sunday during term time, after chapel service has ended, students wearing red gowns walk down to the end of the pier, climb up the ladder and walk back along the top. The iconic red gowns of St Andrews University were introduced in the 1500s to make it easy to spot if students were frequenting immoral establishments, such as bars or brothels. Well, there you have it. We're nearly finished our little walk around St Andrews. I really hope you enjoyed that. It's such a beautiful day today. Just one of those really lovely autumnal days where you've got the sun shining, but it's a little bit crisp and cold. Obviously it's October now, so you are starting to feel autumn come in, or fall for my American viewers. I'm never sure what you guys say for autumnal. It's such a nice word. It's one of my favourite words. Just means when it gets all cold and crisp and nice and the leaves all go. But you can't really say fallish. That doesn't really work. Fall-like. But yeah, just love the autumnal day, even though it's one of those days where you're never quite sure if you're warm or cold and you can't quite get that balance right. I hope you really enjoyed that and you enjoyed having a look at the castle and the cathedral and the views out to sea. It's such a beautiful day and it's just a really lovely place. It's really busy today. There's the golf tournament that's on. I think there's lots of students here as well looking at open days for the university, so it is really bustling, really busy, but it's just been a really nice day to have a walk around. Getting a little bit chilly now after that ice cream, so I'm gonna head home and I will see you back in the studio to start painting something. See you there! While applying the first pale wash, I make sure to leave the white page where the light is hitting the conker. I will need that stark white to capture the shine. As soon as signs of autumn started appearing, I kept an eye out for horse chestnuts, or conkers as we call them here. I knew I wanted to try and paint one because of the contrast between the shiny, smooth surface of the conker and the knobbly surface exterior of the shell. I leave a few hours in between layers of colour in the same place, otherwise the painting I've already done could bleed into the new colour, making the lines less crisp. This is why I do all my paintings over a few days rather than all in one go. This painting took me about 10 hours over 5 days. Unlike sweet chestnuts, conkers are not edible. In fact, they are toxic to humans and some animals, so I only brought this one home in photographic form. We used to collect these shiny brown seeds as kids. They are an essential part of the traditional British game of conkers, where 2 players, each with a conker threaded onto a piece of string, take turns striking each other's conker until one breaks. Playing conkers dates back to the mid-1800s, and it is still played today. There are even conker world championships, which take place every year. I'm not sure I was ever that interested in playing the game itself, but it is always a thrill to see a shiny reddish-brown conker peeking out from the autumn leaves at this time of year. I'm trying to capture the varied colours of the conker using brown, deep red, bright red and orange. had to stop painting here to close the blinds, as the sun was making it really hard to see what I was doing. Right now, the Conker looks like it's just floating in the painting. I need to add the deep shadows behind it to make it look like a real part of the image. One popular myth about Conkers is that they will repel spiders if you bring them into the house. If this was true, I would definitely be bringing a few home, but unfortunately there is no proof of this working. It is true that horse chestnuts can be used for cleaning, as they contain a soap-like chemical. Apparently the Vikings used to crush and soak conkers to make their own soap. I didn't use any black pigment in this painting. I will use it if it works for the image, but for this piece I wanted to mix my own. For a warm black I used deep red, brown and green. For a cooler black I like to use dark green and purple. Mixing these contrasting colours together makes a deep colour that looks black to our eyes. I thought about adding a shadow to make it look like it was sitting on the page, but I was worried it would make the composition look off-centre, so I decided not to. I might still change my mind and add the shadow in later. Let me know in the comments what you think. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has pre-ordered one of my 2023 calendars already. It means so much to me and I really appreciate all the support. If you would like to support my channel by buying a calendar or a print of one of my paintings, these are available in my Etsy store. You can also support me by liking, commenting or subscribing, following me on Instagram, or by donating the cost of a coffee over on Ko-fi. Links to all my pages are in the video description below. Today we're back in Fife again and we are being interrupted. I thought it would be quiet here. It's not so quiet. Jack Spaniels! You're still attached to me. Wait. Wait, Jack. Come on. Come here. Come. Come. Good boy. Someone thinks he's going in the sea again.
Probably is.
Oh!